the help of many of you here tonight, almost all of you. The only people that haven't done anything snuck into the room, because I think you're all here because of what you've done. And so if there's anybody that hasn't done anything, please raise your hand and we'll throw you the hell out of here, okay? But Japan is already America's 6th largest trading partner, and I think as of today, that's gone up probably 2 notches, and the #1 source of foreign direct investment. And so they're very happy because, as goes our market, so many countries, they invest in the United States, but we've never had anything quite like what's happening. And I think it's going to get better. I can say it now. So we have over $17 trillion of investment in 8 months. And I think by the time we go to the 12-month period, we'll have over $20 or $21 trillion invested or to be invested. Very importantly, I mean, the money's coming in, and a lot of it's commitments that are incredible. Tim Cook is doing, I think, like $600 or $650 billion, right? Think of it. You've done more than the entire group here. We raised $518 billion, and there's one man sitting here at $650. But good, and everything is, they're treating you great, right? We give them fast permits. We give everybody fast permits. No more waiting 20 years before you get rejected. You know, that used to have a process. I know a couple of people, they started a process when they were young men. Now they're old men and they got rejected. Can you imagine? They devoted their whole life to getting a couple of permits. One of the things I did that's really helping AI because of the massive amount of electricity that they need is I said, you build your own power plant if you'd like. So far everybody said, we like. But at first they weren't doing it. I said, I wonder why. Because they didn't believe me. They didn't believe they were actually getting this. You know, we have a grid that's like a lot of grids, it's old, and nobody ever said that we're going to be, doubling. You have to double or triple the amount of electricity that we currently have. As an example, in the United States, you have to triple it, but double it at a minimum, but really triple it in order to take care of just AI. Can you believe this? More than double what we have currently. So for all of that, we have to more than double it. And I said, well, that's not, something you can do from the grid. I mean, how would you do that? You have an old grid, and it's doing okay. We're fixing it, but you can't do that. And I came up with the idea that you're building a plant. They're spending $50 billion to build a plant. I said, you can build your own electric generating sources. And honestly, some of the people in this room, they're building electric generators that are so far beyond anything that's ever been built before. They're using all different types of fuel. They're using nuclear. They're using oil and gas. They're using coal as a backup. Coal is a great backup. If something happens, you can put it aside, and if you ever need it, you can use it. But it's a great thing. And we're getting you very fast approvals. Lee Zeldin's doing a fantastic job. We're giving you fast approvals. You don't have to wait 9 years. You're waiting a matter of weeks, literally a matter of weeks. You're coming in with the best engineers in the world. You know what you're doing. And so as you build your plant, you're sort of in the utility business, like Con Edison in New York. You're building your own electric. And you can build it as much as you want. And if you have any left over, you sell it into the grid. So our grid picks up a lot of electric without really us doing anything. You talk about private sector, that's the ultimate. But everybody loves it. And they're coming, honestly, I mean, somebody that understands that better than information, which is what the other part makes. You make a lot of money with information. And, but somebody that really does understand the generation of electricity, the kind of plants that are being built are unbelievable. They're far beyond anything being built in terms of your regular utility companies, which, it's sort of an older business. So I congratulate you, but the beauty is that you start building immediately. Tim, you don't have to wait, well, if we went by the grid 10, 12, 15 years, but the permits are fast, and you open as soon as you have your plants or your combination of plants. Some are building it on top, some are building it to the side, some are building separate buildings, some are building in one building. And I love the idea, but literally it took them a while to really, they thought I was kidding. It was so good. They said, no, he's kidding. I said, I'm not kidding. that's why we're leading China. We're leading everybody in this race. So we're with you all the way, and I hope everyone's going to do great and make a tremendous amount of money and create a lot of jobs. Under the historic trade deal with the Prime Minister that is signed today and private sector agreements that were signed moments ago, we'll be increasing our commerce very, very much further. Japan's going to be investing $550 billion into the United States, and it's an amazing thing, and they're happy, and they're gonna love it. It's going to be really good. It's going to be a great for everybody. But building up an allied industrial base, and one of the things that makes me so happy is they'll be taking some of our product. Japan has I don't think I'm saying anything that's very secret. They've been typically slightly closed as a country. It was not easy to come in, but they're taking some of our cars and a lot of our different thing, rice, which is actually a big deal because, as you know, they wouldn't do that. And they're taking corn, and they're taking the Ford 150 right here, the big thing, some of our cars. So it's really a great thing. It's going to be great for them. It's going to be great for everybody. But we're doing semiconductors together, critical minerals, shipbuilding. We're starting shipbuilding together. And they're doing pretty well with shipbuilding. They're number 3. They're going to be coming over to the United States and building ships in some of the yards. We have some great yards. The United States was number 1 during World War II, number 1 in the world in shipbuilding by far. We would produce a ship a day. Can you believe it? A ship a day, freighters and this and that, but some big ones too, some great warships. And we just let our leadership, the person standing right where I am numerous years ago, a number of them, they just let it slip. And so we're going to be very heavy into the shipbuilding in a very pretty short period of time. It takes a while to get that one going, but to think that we were number 1 in the world, and now we basically don't make very many ships anymore. We do beautiful Coast Guard cutters. We do beautiful smaller ships like destroyers, etc. But we don't really do what we should be doing. And we will be doing that pretty soon. But the deals will create jobs and opportunity, wealth, tremendous wealth and security for both sides and for both sides of the Pacific, and make our cherished bond between the two countries even better. And we've got so many wonderful deals, but this is one that people have been very, very interested in. They really waited for this day, and I found it to be an amazing day. Not an easy day. I think we've gone to about 9 stops. You think Biden could have done this? I don't think so. You think so? I've been walking back and forth. Sir, we're going over here. It's just a quarter of a mile. Walking would be fine, sir. Oh, thanks a lot, But we had a lot of stops today, from early in the morning until now. But this is one that I was thrilled because I see the list of people. This is really a who's who, this list. I was reading it. I don't get that impressed with things. I'd say, wow, that's pretty amazing. But I'm thrilled that so many Japanese investors recognize that people from all over the planet are now discovering that the United States is hot, and it's also a place where you can really do business. Getting the approvals is so great. In my first term, we had an LNG plant, 2 of them. They were under approval. One was 14 years and one was 16 years. And actually, one of them was a big Japanese investor group, and they couldn't get their approvals. It was never going to happen. I come in, I didn't know anything about it, but I came in, I heard about it. And so they were 14 years, I think, and 16 years. And they gave up, essentially. And I got one done in one day, and the other one, I didn't do as well. It took me 3 days to get it done. And they were under construction in less than a week. And they're up now, and they're doing phenomenally well, in Louisiana, actually, 2 of them right on the coast. And people said, how'd you do that? I said, I have no idea, but I get things done. There's no better place on earth to invest and grow your business than the United States, and a lot of the environmental nonsense. And I'm a big environmentalist in a sense. Like, I want clean air, I want clean water. But we're going to make it great for our workers and our economy. We're not going to take, honestly, when I say 5 years, much longer than 5 years to do things. I actually said to some of our people, I said, look, you have, on big plants, you have 2 weeks on oil and gas to get the approvals. And if you go nuclear, 3 weeks for nuclear. You know, nuclear with Westinghouse is here today. They've done great. They've really, I mean, they had a difficult problem a few years ago. They have become very hot, Westinghouse. And they're doing a lot of work in the United States. We're doing a lot of nuclear now. Nuclear now is safe and it's inexpensive. It's great energy now. I was with nuclear, but I didn't love certain aspects of it. Today it's so different, and it really is a safe, great way to go. A lot of people are going that way. But 1 year ago, the United